Good evening, friends. Welcome to the PANSIGHT webinar. So I assume the slide is visible and I am audible. The topic for today is psychology of prejudice. I would like to ask you to respond to a statement. I am going to make a statement. Your response should come through the chat box. Either yes, no, agree or disagree. If you have any questions or if you want to share your comments, you are free to do that one after the completion of my presentation. During the presentation, through the chat box. So my statement: in this world, nobody is without any prejudice. That is, you won't find anybody with a prejudice-free mind. That is a statement. In the chat box, if you agree, put the alphabet A. If you don't agree, put D. Disagree. Agree. Shanaji, agree. 1 plus 1, agree. Okay. Surendraji, agree. Yeah, it is a sample. So you know the relevance of and the importance of this talk. Prejudice. I have a lot of stuff on this topic, prejudice, but I'll be sharing what is absolutely essential. Nothing more, nothing less. So what is absolutely essential, that is to be that everybody must know and learn. So less is more. This my own words. Prejudices, overt or covert, are invisible barriers to our freedom, success, and happiness. Overt means openly displayed. Openly displayed. Others know, yeah, that person has got a prejudice. Oh, this is a prejudice. Covert, hidden. Others are not aware. Sometimes that person also is not aware of his or her prejudice. Is this statement clear? And when you have a prejudice, that will act as a barrier in our freedom, success, happiness. Do you agree? If you agree, again, alphabet A. Because I want to make sure that I'm making everything crystal clear, without any doubt. There should not be any yes. Jayachandranji, yes. Yeah. Because before I share my own thoughts, I spend a lot of time to make sure that what I'm sharing is right. There should not be any room for misunderstanding or misinterpretation. Purpose of today's webinar: know what is prejudice. First, we must know what exactly is prejudice. Then, the impact of prejudice on our lives, on the lives of other people, and broadly its impact. Once you know that one, knowing is not enough. Yeah, there is a problem, but we have to come up with a solution. I've seen many people, they talk about prejudice, this one, that one, unconditional love, all those things, forgiveness, everything. But most of the time, they don't talk what should be done. Whether it is practical. If at all they say, it is impractical. Unconditional love. I am going to give a talk on that topic on another day. And forgiveness again. No. That's not possible. Ideal. So here, this prejudice. How can we remove the prejudice? Definition. Prejudice. Any attitude held towards a person or a group can be positive or negative. Prejudice is usually learned from others, such as parents and peers, not based on personal experience or factual information. Tendency to generalize is strong. My dear friends, prejudice is something not coming through genes. It is not something you inherit. It is 100% it is acquired. 100%. A child starts accumulating prejudices over a period of time. The child is not aware of different caste, religion, and everything. But over a period of time, the child, depending upon the attitude of the parents have strong prejudice against a particular religion. The child also will develop prejudice. That is how prejudice. It is not based on any real life experience. In this context, some of you or most of you must have heard the term bias. Do you know the difference between bias and prejudice? If you don't know, put N, and I will explain briefly. Bias, prejudice. If you don't know, put N, please. Devendranathan, he knows, okay? Or Jayachandran doesn't know, good. Don't, I told you, in the past also. Ignorance is not a sin, and admitting ignorance, don't think that is a shame. You can learn, okay, Bashirji, good. No. Bias, you develop bias on the basis of experience. Prejudice without any experience. If, for example, if you have seen a boy or had the opportunity to interact with a boy and he was very friendly, nice, and suppose you are a job interviewer and he is one of the applicants, he is also there along with some other 5 or 6 people. You will have a bias towards that candidate based on your experience, and you may prefer or you are likely to choose that person. That is bias. Is this clear? Now have I made it clear? If I made it clear, put C, alphabet. Because I want to make sure others, many people, they confuse bias with prejudice. Clear? Shanmugha Rajeshwari, clear. Clear. Thank you. That is bias. There are hundreds of books on reading material on prejudice. Psychology of Prejudice and Discrimination, Culture of Prejudice. I believe confronting discrimination is worth the fight. During the presentation, as always, I'll be sharing some my own personal experience stories, where when I confronted with the prejudice attitude, I fought. This talk is based on FEEQT, facts. I always make sure that my comments, my opinions are based on facts. And I provide evidence. Experience from my own personal and professional experience. My professional experience, I have been practicing medicine for more than nearly 50 years. So it is not a short period. And I had the opportunity to work in India, United Kingdom, and USA. So people belonging to different race, culture, age group, belief system, everything. So my experience is pretty vast. Quotations. I am addicted to collecting quotations. I will be sharing at least half a dozen quotations that would substantiate certain facts. Thinking. My hobby is thinking. You will rarely find a person saying that his hobby is thinking. You may say that hobby, music, hobby, watching movies, hobby, playing cricket, and all those things. My primary hobby is thinking. Whenever I read something, whenever I see something, that means when I observe, I think. And I ask questions, why not, how, all those things. So that is why, when I give a talk, most of the slides, they are not from any textbook. It is not just a cut and paste. I'm not a cut and paste speaker. My own original thoughts. The Harper Lee, American novelist, her own words, prejudice, a dirty word, and faith, a clean one, have something in common. They both begin where reason ends. Is it not interesting? Prejudice is also not based on any reason. Faith is also not based on any reason. No facts. So essentially, prejudice and faith, they mean the same thing. But faith is always seen as a positive, this one. Prejudice, negative. A French dancer and actress, Josephine Baker. All my life I have maintained that the people of the world can learn to live together in peace if they are not brought up in prejudice. Do you want me to explain? If you want me to explain, put why. I will give you solid, strong examples. Yes, Dr. Ravindranath, yes. Okay, yes. First and foremost thing, look at the war, Gaza and Israel. Prejudice, belief system. And in the world, I am not saying all Muslims, please listen to me carefully. So-called jihadi Muslims are terrorists. They are prejudiced against other religions, other belief system. That is responsible for most of these terrorist activities. Otherwise, the world will be a peaceful place. Is this clear? Now, have I explained? The lack of peace, world peace, is shattered because of prejudice. So that is one point. There are numerous examples. We don't have the time. Everyone has some form of prejudice. Prejudice undermines democracy. In democracy, what? The king, monarchy, people don't choose. Son, inheriting. Now, democracy, people choose. They elect the leader. Now comes the prejudice. Okay, this person, I belong to this religion, that person belongs to that religion, I don't want that person. It is not that person's ability. If it is not, the consideration is given to that religion. Or this person belongs to this political party. I don't like that party. It is not the candidate. The choice is made not on the basis of the integrity, ability, or competence of the candidate. Whether that person is clean, integrity, anything, nothing. The proof, simple proof, Padma Vibhushan awardee and a person with a clean track record, E. Sridharan was defeated. Voters didn't want E. Sridharan as their MLA. Is this example crystal clear? I'm not bringing any politics, but I'm giving an example, real life example. Is this clear? Do you agree? If you agree, put A. If you agree, put A, please, my dear friends. Dr. Jayachandran, yes. Dr. Ravindranath, yes. So that is what it is. So it undermines democracy, the democratic system. The prejudice acts as a big villain. Right candidates don't get elected. Wrong candidates, they get elected. This is Jerry Spence, American trial lawyer, very highly successful lawyer. Prejudice locks the mind. Nothing can enter, nothing true can escape. That one stimulated my thinking. When I read this quotation, I told you my hobby is thinking. So I have come out with my own quote. People with prejudiced minds have closed minds and open mouths. They won't listen to you. They don't want to hear you. They have already formed an opinion. They don't want to change their mind. That is what it is. Closed mind, open mouth. I have coined the term CMOM syndrome. That is closed mind, open mouth. They keep on arguing with you. They won't accept. This is where there's an old Malayalam saying, Kangaduthu kanichalum chembaruthi poovennu parayum. That means you show them, hey, this is that. No. Because of their prejudice. They won't accept. They won't accept. Very same lawyer. I like these quotations, his quotation. When you are faced with prejudice, logic and justice are important. Still, we may have an obligation to argue directly into the face of the prejudice, even though there is no chance to win. Example. The judges are also human beings. Many lawyers, I had the opportunity to interact with many lawyers in USA as well as in India. Judges with certain prejudice. Then the verdict won't be impartial or fair. If a judge has got a prejudice against a particular religion, and if the defendant belongs to that particular religion, for forget about it. The verdict will be against that. Or if a judge likes a particular political party, then again, so based on his experience, that is it. We expect justice to be fair, impartial. No. Depends on whether the judge is unprejudiced. Mina Loy, a British artist and poet. Life is only limited by our prejudices. Destroy them, and you cease to be at the mercy of yourself. That's a very, very insightful quote. In Malayalam, Ullur, the poet, long time back wrote, Namukku name panivadu nagam narakavum aduvole. John Milton, the British poet, we make our own hell and our own heaven. These prejudices, they will act as barriers. Then what happens? Our success, everything, narrow. Are you convinced? So if you get rid of the prejudices, that will give you more freedom. And you will be open-minded. When you are open-minded, you will learn many things. You will be receptive to many things, new ideas, new thoughts. So Mina Loy, that one. And that is why I told you in the beginning, towards the end of this presentation, I will be sharing the tips and tricks to remove the prejudice. It's not easy and it's not impossible. It is slightly difficult. I myself had some prejudices and I was able to get rid of them. So life is wonderful when I was able to eliminate those prejudices. And never allow yourself to be blinded by prejudice. Prejudice is a learned, conditioned behavior and it can be unlearned. So far, we are almost halfway through. How do you find this session? Is this session interesting and insightful? Why, if it is? Type in why. Yes, Sanal Kumarji, yes. Because that is the way, so that, Samilu, yes. Mulidanlal, yes. Dr. Shivasudan, yes, good. Shanmu Rajeshri, good. It is a learned behavior. Right from the beginning itself I told. Parents, peers, they play a big role in creating prejudice in our minds. The ethic of the journalist is to recognize one's prejudices, biases, and avoid getting them into print. There was a very famous journalist, TV broadcaster, Walter Cronkite. Real life example? I always give real life example, not just bookish stuff. Now I'm about India, because that is where most of you know what is happening in India. The prejudice of a broadcaster. Example, I'm going to give you specific names also. It's a fact. Arnab Goswami. He is a pro-BJP. Most of his views, news reporting, everything will be a slant about BJP, pro-BJP. Rajdeep Sardeshai, India today, pro-Congress. So whatever this one is, you compare. After this talk, if you have never watched, you listen to Arnab Goswami debate and like they said, Sadesai. Then our own Kerala, at a reporter, Nikesh Kumar, I think. That be pro-LDF. So what do? They try to brainwash the masses. They are using that powerful medium and create a prejudice against the Congress or against the BJP or against the LDF. Is this clear? Is it convincing? If it is convincing and clear, but why? Because I want to make sure whether, yes, Gomarji, yes, Raisi, yes. So that's happening every day. Every day. Royji, yes. Prejudices are what fools use for reason. If you engage in a conversation or a debate with a person who is a fool, and that person won't use any reason, no facts, he will keep on arguing. You will never be able to make him understand or change his mind. That is where my own father, long time back, he used to say, കാട്ടാളന്റെ അടുത്തും മുട്ടാളന്റെ അടുത്തും തർക്കിക്കാൻ പോരുത്. കാട്ടാളന്റെ അടുത്തും കാട്ടാളൻ is in the jungle, that guy who is illiterate and he has got his own, so he doesn't know anything about the world. Muttalan, a fool, dumb person. തർക്കിക്കാൻ പോരുത്. Whatever you show, no, they won't accept. That's what this Voltaire, he also is saying that one. He was in the 18th century. Now we are in the 21st century. That has been there all along. There's nothing stronger than human prejudice. Wendell Phillips, American abolitionist and attorney. My dear friends, do you know what the word abolitionist means? If you don't put no, then I'll explain what that abolitionist means. I don't want to assume. No, Musamilu, no. Okay. No, fine. Abolitionist is one who is strongly against slavery. So he fought against the freedom of blacks. He was against slavery. So here, now I have to give. Okay, Sri Maharaj. Now, the personal experience, that prejudice, discrimination. In my own team, there was a nurse. She is a black nurse. Now, she is still alive, but when I used to work, she had postgraduate qualification. There were 14 nurses. All the 13 nurses, they didn't have postgraduate qualification. She had postgraduate qualification and nearly more than 20 years of experience. She is black. So her salary was $10,000 to $20,000 less than the salary of the other nurses, white nurses. The qualification is less, experience is less. Same thing happened to me also. Here, obviously, I was working in a federal government hospital. Federal government hospital, mind you. I was interviewed and they offered me the job and they sent me an offer letter with the pay. This will be the pay. Okay, I assumed that there would be any kind of unfairness. I accepted the job, I signed the contract and everything, I joined, and a few months later I learned that is, I was getting around $20,000 less than what the white doctors with identical qualification and lesser experience. When I joined, I had 40 years of experience. Others said with 20 years or 25 years, they were drawing a salary more than what I was getting. Got it? And here they preach about equality, fairness, justice, all these things you can find in dictionary. These are all the words in the dictionary in real life? No. Root causes behind prejudice. Color. Discrimination on the basis of color. That's what in America. Blacks, whites. I also, my color. When I started working in this hospital, the nurse was a white woman at that time. That nurse, subsequently I got rid of that nurse. She asked me, Dr. Reddiar, do you have any children? I said, yeah, I have a son. We have a son. Oh, okay. Is he also dark like you? Is he also dark like you? I couldn't believe. And subsequently, all her actions, her prejudice, the work environment became very hostile. Then I reported, nothing happened. Then I escalated my complaint to the supervisor, nothing happened. I escalated to the higher ups. Then she was removed. Color, on the basis of color. It's a reality, ugly truth. Nationality. Here also, when I asked that nurse to give flu shot and in pneumonia shot, she told me, no, both shots cannot be given on the same day. It has to be given on another 2 separate days. I said, no, you can give both shots. Only thing is you should not give on the same, into the same arm. Give it on 2 different arms. Her immediate reaction, this is not India. This is not India. Nationality. They think India, underdeveloped country, they are prejudiced. So the doctors, you are coming from India. You are not knowledgeable. You are not competent. Now, are you convinced? If you are convinced, put why. Are you convinced about the whole thing I am talking about? Musamillu. These are all the things I am not ashamed. I am not afraid to tell. Many people, they don't feel comfortable in telling about the bad experience. No. Such things happened, will happen. Gender, sexism, on the basis of gender-based discrimination. Now look at it. In India, it is there, but it is not that rampant. We had a Prime Minister, Indira Gandhi. She was a woman. And in many states also, Jayalalitha, Mamata Banerjee, like that, Mayawati, women. In America, even today, a woman was not able to become a president. They don't even nominate. So, gender-based discrimination. And they are preaching about equality. And now Kamala Harris became the vice president. That's a different game. But president? No way. Hillary Clinton could not become a president. Age, on the basis of discrimination, prejudice, assumption. He is old man. He won't be able to do this job. And in USA, people above the age of 40, they find it difficult to get a job. So most of them, they don't dare to fight. They are very submissive. Age-based discrimination, yes, that's a prejudice. Religion, we know. Caste, in India, That is only in India. In USA, it is not the caste, it is the color. In India, OS, our Hindu community, so many castes, upper caste, lower caste, middle caste, that caste, this caste. Again, you are talking about, okay, OBC, and this representation is not there. In the politicians, they use the caste to divide people. They use caste as a weapon. Divide and rule. Am I right? If I am right, say yes. This is what is happening right now in India. Blatant, that one. Caste census. What happened even after 70 years? You are not willing to get rid of that one? That mindset? I am different. I belong to this caste. And that he belongs to that caste. So he is different. I am different. Why do you want to create difference on the basis of caste? Language. Yeah, prejudice against language. Typical example? Yeah, in Tamil Nadu. Okay. Prejudice against Hindi. And some 40 years back, some people poured kerosene and self-immolated. Strong prejudice. What will happen if you learn Hindi? What will happen if you learn Hindi? Language also. Prejudice. The British, their prejudice against Sanskrit, they were successful in making the people forget about Sanskrit. Their prejudice. Customs, belief systems, and everything. People with the prejudiced minds, what is? I have explained. Doctors. I'm a doctor and I've been practicing medicine for nearly 50 years. I know there are many doctors. They are willing to spend more time in explaining about the diseases to people if the patients are educated, either professors or with a degree. And illiterate people, they won't understand. Prejudice, actually, illiterate people are more cooperative. I find that it's very difficult to manage the so-called guys with the qualifications. In the illiterate people, they are more receptive. That's a prejudice. There are many prejudices about doctors, but I'm giving you only one example. Examination. I'll give you a real life story. When I was a faculty in the Toronto Medical College, that is a MBBS examination, the student examining and the examiner was from Tamil Nadu. The examiner came wearing the safari suit and everything. This boy came for the examination wearing a jeans and a stubble, 4 or 5 day old, and he didn't shave the face for 4 or 5 days. The moment the examiner came and saw this boy, he got mad. Then immediately he started talking Tamil. Because when you are angry, you choose your mother tongue, okay, not the father tongue. Because anger varumana nammada kaamone, poomone, ellam varudhu dash mone, not the English words. So he is that. Ennappa idu pichakkarana mari irukke, nee doctor ga porriya, enna potirukke pichakkarana mari irukke. And the student completely got upset that examining. I was witnessing. I was there. Then he has got already strong prejudice. He wanted to fail him. It's easy. Medicine is like an ocean. And he asked a very tough question. And most of the questions he could not answer. And he dismissed that student. Then the afternoon, the oral examination. Viva examination. So I approached and the student, I told him, hey, afternoon at 1:30 be here. And he told me, sir, I'm not coming for the oral examination. What is the point? I already failed. I said, no, you do one thing. Go and shave your face and wear a clean dress, not the jeans and not the sneakers. Come back. Please come back. And he came back in the afternoon. He listened to me. clean shaven face and the dress pants, and the examiner, the very same examiner, just looked at him. இப்ப நீ ராஜா மாதிரி இருக்க. இப்ப நீ ராஜா மாதிரி இருக்க. You are so pleased. Then he asked very simple questions, and that boy passed. So the prejudice, appearance, making judgment, opinions on the basis of appearance. This is a real life example. Interviewers, definitely. Religious leaders, that's how they instigate violence, everything, creating prejudice. Inexperience can be overcome, ignorance can be enlightened, but prejudice will destroy you. You know that prejudice is not logical, which is why it is so hard to overcome. How to remove prejudices? Identify your prejudices by introspection. If you don't like something, if you don't like somebody, sit and identify which are the ones I don't like. Then examine those prejudices with a critical mind. Write down why, what is the evidence, what is the fact that would support or substantiate my opinion. Critically evaluate. Are they factual or fictional? Then if it is fictional, permanently delete them if they are fictional. For example, we do get plenty of messages in the WhatsApp. Some messages we like, we save them. Some trash or something like that, we delete them. Am I right? Am I right? Delete the messages, they're gone. The same way, once you identify this is a prejudice, this is a prejudice, then delete that one. For example, my own prejudice. A long time back, I used to have a prejudice that people who are tattooed here, their whole body, and pierce their tongue and all those things. I had a prejudice against them. What is this? This guy is abnormal, weird. And when I started working 20 years back in a hospital, a doctor, he came, a temporary job. He had a long hair, and he had tattoos, and his tongue also was pierced. I formed an immediate negative opinion. I didn't want to even interact with him. I tried to avoid him. What happened was he was posted to my clinic, next to my clinic. In the afternoon he came, Venu, okay, are you going for lunch? I wanted to avoid him. I said, not now, maybe after 10 minutes later. Okay, I will wait. We'll go together. I will wait, we'll go together. My goodness. So I went with him. Soon I found that that person was very, very rational, very intelligent, very polished, and I had the opportunity to work with him for more than 6 months. Then now I don't have any prejudice against anybody with any tattoo or any of those things. I realized that was a total prejudice. He who never leaves the country is full of prejudices. In Malayalam, they say, Pottakanatle Tavala, a frog in the well. It thinks that is the whole world. So that is where Mark Twain says, travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness. So once you leave, you will see different people, different culture, different habits, the way they do everything. Your mind will expand. That narrow-mindedness will go away. Prejudice is a great time saver. You can form opinions without having to get the facts. That is a humorous quotation. People with the humor will love this quotation. Yeah, you don't bother to get any facts. You immediately jump to conclusion. Upcoming talk, psychology of greed next week. Then psychology of expectations. Thank you for your attendance. Questions? Now, my dear friends, we have 10 minutes before I stop recording. Just I want to make it clear. Recording will stop by 9 o'clock. But we can continue our discussion. So during this 10 minutes, please ask me if you have any question related to this topic. If you want me to clarify something, yes. If you have your own comments, please don't share now. That during the discussion after 9 o'clock. So questions, be specific. I have shown you nearly 30 slides. Specific. Now, before I proceed, did you find this session? Yes, one person has given a comment, 1+ CPH. Please let us know your name. You change your that one to know the name, because that is an instrument. So,
Sir, that 1+ instrumentation, I am the retired additional general manager of BHL Tirchi, sir. My name is Dr. Karpasamy. I used to attend the psychology seminars also, webinars, no?
Okay,
daily.
Good. Okay, good. Thank you.
So that instigated me to join this program today. Today
okay,
also
good.
you put in the chat box. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for
you're welcome.
the very useful presentation you made today, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. So, what about others? Did you find this session really an eye-opening experience? If so, put why. In the chat box. Was it really eye-opening? Did you learn something? Yes, Gomarji. Kanmam Rajeshwariji. Yes. What do I want to achieve? I'm not doing this for making any money. I want this to help people succeed in life, enjoy life. These prejudices are like invisible chains around them. These prejudices are preventing them from progressing. Thank you, Rajeshwariji. So that's why I'm trying to help you break those chains and get freedom. Enjoy life. Because I was able to get rid of some prejudices, I feel very good. And I am enjoying life much better than how it was before. Okay, now, question, you can raise your hand, then I will call you. Yes, Shaji. Yes.
Yes, boss. Very good presentation. What I feel.
No, question, not feeling. Comment later.
Question is, people become prejudiced because of their consolidated previous wrong concepts.
Okay, now that is where I told you that is prejudice is a learned behavior. If your parents, they belong to a particular caste or a religion and they don't like another this one, right from the childhood, the parents will say, no, that guy belongs to that one. Even before the child is able to understand what a religion, what a caste is, already created a prejudice. That is how the prejudice grows. Everything. And especially in India, the caste system. And that is one of the reasons, even now in the election, a candidate is chosen on the basis of the caste, right? In certain okay, or religion. In this area, in the northern part of Kerala, certain areas, they will choose a particular religious candidate on that one. So that is how it is. And in Maharashtra, they are prejudiced against the people from the south. They call everybody Madrasi. Have you heard that one? As if inferior. And in Kerala, the prejudice against the Tamil Nadu people, they consider them inferior. They call them Pandi. Pandi. I faced the experience that one during my school days. They used to make fun of me, calling me Pandi. So I also, young age, I thought that is something wrong with me. Pandi. So I was felt ashamed and I would speak in Tamil. School. Because if I speak in Tamil, they will call me Pandi. So that sort of a thing. So it is a rampant. That is how it is. Okay, anybody else who want to ask a question? Anybody? Gomarji, ISRO?
Yeah. That vaccine case you told about the prejudice, you know. Here also in Kerala, this is Kerala. The Kerala want to get then every time, even to governor, even to prime minister, one fellow is here to tell. Nothing will happen. This is Kerala. That is number one prejudice. What is happening in not developing anything in our place. That is is relevant. This topic is very relevant to the future of Kerala.
Yeah, thank you. But the most important thing is, nobody can remove the prejudice of somebody else. Unless you want to get rid of your prejudices, nobody else can make you get rid of that prejudice. If a prejudiced mind person, even if you show evidence, as I told you earlier, changaduthu kaanichal chambarthi poo nu parayum. They will refuse. They will refuse to. So, it is not possible. And especially politicians, they thrive. They want the prejudice to be there. They will put all the fertilizers. They will put all the fertilizers so that the prejudice will grow. They don't want harmony. They don't want the peace. They want the riots. They want conflicts. So that is the way why the politicians, day in and out, talk about the caste census, this one, that one. Is it necessary for the growth of the country, development of the country? What has the caste to do for the growth and development of the country? Nothing. But that is a weapon. They use that one to. Okay, Hariharanji, if you have a question, and please ask a short question. And like in the past also, let me make it clear. Make it clear, please. Let me explain. Please, Hariharanji, first let me finish what I want to say. You have the full freedom to accept or reject whatever I have shared. But I am not here to engage in any argument.
I am also not.
Just a minute. I don't want to waste the time of those who are here by engaging in a debate.
I am also not.
If you have a question, ask me a question, please.
I am also not. I listen to your common sense talk and the prejudice talk now.
Question, please. Question.
Question emergence from this listening to these talks. I have come across a statement by Albert Einstein. It is not from Google, which says that common sense is a collection of the prejudices you acquire before the age of 18.
Okay,
this is a statement made by Albert Einstein. I am confused.
Okay,
kindly help me.
Hariharanji, that is not a question. That is your comment.
I am confused. I am confused. Okay. That's why I am asking you.
Okay, please, for your information, I told you I'll be sharing only the absolutely. Okay, I'm going to mute your microphone. Suraj, please mute his microphone. I told in the beginning, I am here to share what is absolutely essential. That's a vast information.
I am confused.
Your confusion, I cannot help you remove your confusion. Sorry. Okay. Now, anybody else who want to ask a question or anything?
Prejudice.
Sir, I'm sorry. I don't want to engage in a argument. Anybody else? Any question? Or any other questions only? If there are no more questions, I'm going to stop the recording. Then we can have the discussion. And please remember to share the video recording with your friends and other contacts. Jyoti Mukherjee, thank you for joining. And we have some Rajeshwari ji again. Thank you for joining. And in the past, for your information, Jyoti Mukherjee and Rajeshwari ji, I used to use the talk in Malayalam mixed with English. Now I have stopped making the presentation in that language because most of you are now, some of you are from outside Kerala. So giving the, what you call, respect. Thank you. See you next week. I'm going to stop the recording.